Now, before we even begin, I need everyone to stand up with me right now. Right now. Come on, we just had our break. Let's get the energy up, guys. If I see someone sitting down, I'll call you out. Right. Now that we're standing up, if you look at the slide up there, we're going to speak this affirmation together. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. Then, with as much energy and passion, I'll wait to yell out, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that was not good at all. That was pretty bad. Let's try this again, right? But this time, take a deep breath and really feel it with every cell of your body, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. That's more like it. Have a seat. Thanks. Give yourself a clap. There you go. Now, you're probably feeling a mixture of emotions right now, from empowered to cringe. But my question to you is this. Why do you not talk to yourself like that all the time? Why is it more natural for you to think of yourself in a way that's negative and deflating than in a way that's positive and empowering? Why do we just beat ourselves up without ever questioning it? It's because the stories you repeat to yourself over and over again get taken as fact. So consistent negative self-talk becomes your brain's default way of thinking. We're all amazing at pointing out our flaws or how we messed up, but how often do we celebrate ourselves, really cheer ourselves on? I know it's going to sound super cheesy, but we need to learn to become our best friends, not our biggest critics. Why is this a big deal? Negative self-talk is preventing you from having the fulfilling life of your dreams. For example, you want to ask your crush out on a date. You see them, you're about to go do it, then boom, you get bombarded by negative limiting thoughts. I'm ugly, I'm boring, they're out of my league, so you never ask. You might want to start a YouTube channel or a blog, but every time you think of starting, you think, no one's going to like it, I'm a nobody, so you never start. You may want to go to the gym, get that dream body, but every time you think of going, you think, I don't know what I'm doing, I'll embarrass myself. I'll gain it all back again, so what's the point? So you never go. Let's flip that on its head now. Imagine those negative thoughts are replaced by positive thoughts, telling you how amazing you are before you ask that person out, before starting that channel, before going to the gym. How much easier would it be to go after your dreams? If you realize that you do have negative self-talk and can see how it may be holding you back, don't worry about it, because thankfully, we have the power to mold our brains and change our self-talk. Think about a time where you dropped a bad habit for a positive new one. How did you do it? Through repetition. The same applies to the habitual thoughts in your head. Any negative thoughts and self-talk can be dropped like a bad habit for positive, empowering self-talk. How? Through daily affirmations. Affirmations are statements you repeat to yourself. Usually they begin with I am or I can. Then you can follow up with whatever is the opposite of your negative self-talk. To begin with, you're going to encounter a lot of resistance to your affirmation because you're fighting years of programming here. So don't mistake it for an overnight solution. It's going to take patience and consistency. So find the easiest way to implement it into your life. The easiest time I've found to do it is when you're brushing your teeth, because it's something you're going to be doing every day anyway. You can also record yourself speaking affirmations and listen back to it. Whatever you decide to do, really feel it with every cell of your body, like we did in the beginning. Now that we've dealt with our self-talk, we can now tackle our beliefs. Our beliefs control our decisions and actions. Therefore, the results we get are a direct reflection of our beliefs. A limiting belief is a belief you hold to be true, but it goes against your goals and dreams, so it's only holding you back. They're usually formed in childhood and are strengthened by the stories you repeat to yourself. They are there to keep you in that safe place, your comfort zone. But where are all your goals and dreams waiting for you? Yup, outside your comfort zone. So limiting beliefs are preventing you from being everything you could be. I love using this metaphor when explaining this idea. Imagine you're steering the ship of your life. In front of you is a sea of opportunity. You can go anywhere. But in reality, you can't move. You feel stuck. It's because you have your anchor down. The chains of the anchor are all the years of negative self-talk. The anchor is your limiting belief. You can make all the plans you want about how to traverse the sea, but you're not going to get anywhere while the anchor is still down. Through affirmations, we've learned how to weaken the self-talk chains. But to truly be free and make our dreams a reality, we need to break free from our limiting belief anchors. Everyone's limiting beliefs can be different and can vary in different areas of life, like career, relationships, finance, health. Think about an area in your life where you're not getting the results you want? Where might your anchor be hiding? Some common anchors are you could feel like you're unlovable, not enough, a failure, helpless. The list is endless. But one of the most common and destructive anchors is feeling like you're not worthy. Almost all of us can relate to that, and it can show up in any area of life. Let's take your career, for example. You're heading for an interview, one of your dream jobs, but in the back of your mind you're thinking, I don't deserve to be here. I'm nothing special. That is your negative self-talk chains. The underlying assumption and belief to those thoughts is, I am not worthy of this opportunity. That is your limiting belief and anchor. That means when you actually have the interview, your actions are that you present yourself in a way that's defeated, both in your body language and the way you speak, only resulting in you getting rejected, reinforcing that entire cycle. So once you've identified your limiting belief, the great news is we can change it to an empowering belief using affirmations again. For example, if your limiting belief was, I am not worthy of my dreams, you can use the affirmation we used in the beginning. That will change your belief, changing the actions you take, changing the results you get, forming a whole new cycle. Now I want you to think about a dream you want to come true. It might have popped in your head at the beginning of this talk. Now imagine lying in your deathbed, realizing you never even tried to make it a reality, because you listened to your negative self-talk. You allowed your limiting beliefs to hold you back. Really tap into that pain and regret you'd feel. Use that as motivation, because you'll only apply what you learned today once the pain of keeping them exceeds the pain of change. I'm speaking from experience here because I had no motivation to do this. It was only once I was lying in my deathbed did I feel the pain of holding on to my negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Throughout my childhood, I was always super ill. Around the age of 8, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Being so young, I had no clue of the severity of the situation. The only word that struck me was incurable. That word made me feel so trapped, with no escape from the pain ever. Every treatment I tried failed. It was like I'd been thrown to a dark, bottomless pit with no way out. Almost all my teenage years, I spent locked away in my room with only my thoughts for company. My self-talk was completely negative. I hated myself, always thinking of myself as broken, pathetic, worthless. That negative voice was with me all day, every day. I began not even noticing it. It just became who I was. My limiting belief and anchors became that I was a victim, someone born to suffer. Back then, I had no clue I had the power to change my self-talk or my limiting beliefs. So it only got worse and worse, until when I was 18, my self-talk became so destructive, I began actively contemplating suicide. Soon after, my health got so bad, I found myself in hospital. As I lay in my hospital bed, the moment that changed it all was when my doctor walked in and told me that things aren't looking good and that he had a patient like me, and sadly she passed away. You know, that night I'll never forget. That was the night I became conscious of my self-talk and limiting beliefs. They had made me a spectator. I had let life pass me by. I had missed out on so many opportunities because I had taken my anchors as facts. I just cried and cried, thinking back on my life just full of regret. That was when, for the first time in my life, I heard a positive voice within me saying, I was going to make it. There and then I made a promise to myself that if I make it out of that hospital, I will live life. That positive voice was my first ever affirmation that led me on my journey to change my self-talk. That was also me changing from a limiting belief to an empowering belief, where I had the limiting belief of being a victim, someone born to suffer, to an empowering belief of someone who lives life and makes the most of opportunities. Those changes I made are the reason I'm standing here today. So the main thing I want you to take away from this talk is this. You are the captain of your own ship. Every thought you think and every belief you hold is either holding you back or creating your future. You now have the knowledge to create a positive future for yourself and achieve your dreams. They're waiting for you. So don't wait until you get to your deathbed to realize you never lived. There's a sea of opportunity out there. Cut off your anchor and set sail. Peace.